Hello, and welcome to my second week in a row of Shift Happens. Now, last week I did talk about forgiveness and how freeing that can be, and I went into detail uh, about that. What I did forget to mention, like the most important thing, was forgiveness of self. Forgive yourself. Now, I had a friend decades ago that when I was working on all my forgiveness and all this stuff, um, I was healing, she had me write down, and she said she does this twice a year, New Year's Eve and her birthday, and she does a forgiveness list, and she writes out everybody that she knows she needs to forgive. And she said the number one, the person she put number one every time was herself. So I think it's very important to talk about that because, like when you cannot forgive someone else and that continues to control you, when you can't forgive yourself, it does the same thing. And I've seen that. I saw it with my mother. She could just not forgive herself for our abusive childhood, and she just couldn't let it go. So, and we don't have a relationship now. You know, you can pretend to sweep it under the rug. Oh, it doesn't matter. It does. It 100% does matter. You can brush it up under the rug, all of this, and pretend that everything didn't happen, but it eats away at you and comes out in different ways. So definitely forgive yourself, no matter what it is. And you'll find that doing that, you can beat yourself up for it, I guess, for a bit. That makes you feel better. But then just say, I forgive myself. And say it however many times it takes until you feel that lightness and that you generally have forgiven yourself. Now, I am working with somebody, and she's finding all of this hard to do. But this one is a really hard one that I tell her to do, and she says I can't. I said can't or won't. And Susan Lynn, who I listen to, she's on YouTube and stuff, and she does it, and I've been doing this for quite a while. Is looking in the mirror, see your eyes, look into your eyes, and tell yourself that you love you. You love yourself. Say I love you. And I do that especially when I'm feeling down and feeling lonely. I also do it. I've done it when I've been in one of my meltdowns, and I'm sobbing and crying, and I look in the mirror and tell myself it's okay. You're gonna be okay, and I love you. Showing self-love and self-care is the greatest thing you can do for yourself. Now, I'm going to go on the woo-woo side a little bit, but when we cross over and go to the other side, I mean, a lot of beliefs believe this anyway, that there's a life review. And everybody thinks it's going to be all about, oh, how did I treat this person? How did I treat that person? All things I wronged others. Ugh. Well, the first thing you're going to have to look at, how did you treat yourself? Were you kind to yourself? Did you show yourself love and compassion? Think about that. The next time you want to self-harm or you just think really badly of yourself, forgive yourself and do better. Once you know better, you do better. Well, you should anyway. I'm not going to lie. Some people do know better and still don't do better. But in general, when you know better, you do better. So quit beating yourself up and forgive yourself. You're great. As they say, God doesn't make mistakes, or God, didn't, whatever, make shitty merchandise, I guess, whatever. Just know that as long as you're breathing, there's time, you know? So forgive the ones that have really done you wrong and forgive yourself. So that's really all I had to say this week. I'm going to try to keep these very short because I know all of us have the attention span of a gnat. So live your life with no regrets and die laughing.